Well, here we are again. How did I do this week? Well, my two crosses I done last week are down here, look, and the winning cross all the way up there. So zone 3 for me, and I can't really complain this week because that's the only reason I only done two crosses, because I just wasn't happy with this one. I wasn't convinced at all. I was okay with the ginger fella's sort of line. I suppose I wasn't far off his line there. It was a fella on the left here in a stripy shirt. That's the one I had a problem with. You couldn't see his eyes properly under the magnifying glass, so I couldn't tell how high or low he was looking. So I was only going to risk my free cross and another cross. So, yeah, zone 3, just two of them. I had £1.25 credit back. What a load of crap. Right, let's have a look at the judging, see what they did. Now you'll notice there's only 7 judges, or perhaps you can't see it, I might have widened up the picture too much and you can't see the names down the right hand side of the judges. There's only 7 judges this week. Chloe's not there this week, and I don't know if they got a rota of them or what, but we used to have 10 judges, then it was down to 8 for a few months, now we're down to 7 judges. But let's look at what they've done. Okay, I think the width from Ginger Boy down here is not too bad. It's quite a narrow band as it goes up there. That's okay. But the fella on the left here, they basically confirming what I said. It was difficult to tell where he's looking, whether he's looking just above the horizon or whether he's looking right up. It was guesswork. I suppose if you drew a line like that top line is from his top bridge of his nose, bottom of his forehead, going straight out, that would account for the top one there. But looking at his eyes from a distance would account for the bottom one. So I'm not too sure what you would take out here, really. I suppose the bottom one is slightly further out than the others because the top one's next to another one. So if anything, possibly the bottom one. I've had a little look, and something did concern me that Matt said. Now, I like Matt. I've always praised Matt in the past. I think he's got quite a challenge trying to get a right result here. I've got a portrait of Matt up on my living room wall in between Her Majesty the Queen and Mrs. Thatcher, wonderful woman. And he takes pride of place in the middle because he does a cracking job. But he said something on this week's things that, well, let me just play it.
No, well, I mean, it's important what you just said there, really. It's what you're saying is you're happy with this calculated average as opposed to having it shifted up if genders being removed. Yeah. And that's a fundamental part of this competition, I think, that we don't talk maybe enough about. It's where this calculated average is as opposed to, whether genders is, they don't think genders is positions there because obviously we've all chosen different positions. So,
of course.
Okay, but that's understood. Thank you. Yeah. So your vote is to leave genders in so we reach this calculated average. Yeah, okay.
So Matt there is talking about the calculated average and whether they should take people out or not. And he's saying that they don't talk about it enough, that really they should be thinking about where the calculated average should be. Now, my concern there is, if you're deciding, I get what he's saying, is that, well, we think the winning cross should be here, but it sounds like we're saying, well, the winning cross should be here, so we need to remove other crosses so that we can get it to where we want it to be. Well, that just negates the point of the judging. The whole point of the judging is there's, in this case, 7 different opinions where it should be, and we'll go by the average. Now, I've already skipped ahead, and I know they take out Jenna's cross, which is the bottom cross. Let's just skip forward and see that. So they've taken out Jenna Shalaki's cross there, and it's just a bunch of 6 of them up there. And I suppose that makes sense. But the whole point to me is if you're going to take any of the crosses out, it's because what they've sort of always done in the past, that they take them out because they're nowhere near the group of the others. They're not clustered together. So that makes sense to me, but if you're going to decide where, well, we think the winning cross should be here, but if we leave those 2 crosses in, it's going to take it away from where we want it to be. Because that's what it sounds like they're implying, but I may just be wrong there. Let me know what you think of that anyway. But yeah, I think in this case, I think they were right to take out that Jenna's cross, because it was, I would have thought, a bit too low, and it was away from the others. So, I mean, I guess the result makes sense. I'm not surprised that I'm in zone 3 because I couldn't decide how high or low it was, so that's why I only went for the 2 crosses. I've also had a dabble. Oh, hang on, before we go into that, let's have a look at what I've done so far for next week, or this week. I'm probably only going to do 2 crosses again for this week, the free one and one of the cash ones. I can't decide which cash one to go for. $500,000 is tempting, but it's like, I guess £13.70 a ticket, something like that. So this fella here in a red and white stripe, I think he's looking up about where I put that 1 cross so far. Now bear in mind, I always change the crosses. I say this every week. Last week's was nowhere near where it originally was in the video. But at the moment, I've put it the 1 cross per there. Because the fella behind in the darker stripes and the white, he looks as though he's looking a bit higher than that cross. But when I zoom in with the magnifying glass over his eyeball, he is looking considerably sharp at an angle. So at the moment, that where I've gone there actually makes sense to me. But give it a day or two and I'll probably change it. But I think even though they're given huge cash prizes this week, I think I'm only going to do my free one and probably 1 because I just don't feel comfortable with this one at all. I don't think this is a bad picture actually. It's just me. I'm just not feeling comfortable with it. But what I was going to say just now, I had a dabble with Yanimize this week. Let me find it. Because about a month ago, they upgraded the normal membership from, well, the normal membership up to a platinum membership. So what you used to do is pay $9.99 a month by direct debit, and that would give you £9.99 of credit. So you wouldn't lose anything, and you're likely to spend a tenner over a month anyway, if you're going to play it. But then they upgraded it to a platinum thing, where now if you pay $9.99 a month, they now give you £19.99 in credit. So you're getting double the amount. Plus the tickets are half price to what they are to normal people. But then on the weekend, this Black Friday weekend, they did, you could put a code in, Black50, and you'd have 50% off. So things were really cheap. So I had tickets for this 8,000 year at half the price, which was already half price. I had tickets for 7,000, 6,000, 5,000. I didn't bother with the 4,000 or the 3,000. Piffling amounts. I wanted a tidy amount. And I also played on this, the Spot the Coin, which is like the Spot the Ball, which I've moaned about this a couple of times in the past because it's horrendous. The judging's usually terrible, the photo's usually terrible, but what happened this week was, let me just find the one I played for. I played for the Polo GTI. Here we are. So the tickets are normally $3.98 each. The White Club member price, they were down to $1.99 each. But of course I doubled my money, so I had 20 quid's worth of credit to spend. Actually, I had another 15 credit on top of that. That came from absolutely nowhere. I have no idea where that came from, but I spent it anyway. And of course, if you put the code in as well, so I had 6 crosses for like 99 pence each on the Spot the Coin, where they flick a coin over the car. So that wasn't a bad deal. And if I go into my account, they do a lot of freebies on the Yanimize. Every day they do freebie competitions, which are usually worth about 50 quid. So look, I got free tickets for these earbuds, £50 Amazon voucher, Echo Dot, some weird coffee machine, petrol voucher, more earbuds, Yanimize car care bundle. There's the Polo and there's the cash ones I've gone for. Just Eat voucher, mini cameras, another car care bundle, petrol voucher, £1,000 tax-free cash, so that runs out in another 3 weeks. But nearly all of them are free entry competitions. So fair play, they make the effort to keep you in. Alright, that's enough for me this week. Let me know what you thought about the judging this week and how close you got. Nice one. Good luck, everyone.